What is up, dudes? Welcome back to Dudes Ascend, where we talk about elevating ourselves as men. Now, today is day one of our 21-day challenge, where if you watched my first video, I proposed this simple experiment to try to find out if you might have a porn addiction. That is to simply go without it for 21 days and see how you feel, or if you can even succeed in that endeavor. So I'm taking that journey right along with you guys, and today is day one. I'm feeling pretty good today. I woke up, started my day with some yoga, and it's a really cool form of yoga that I've just recently discovered during this quarantine time. It's called Kundalini yoga, and it uses a lot of like cool ancient breathwork exercises to it's all about like activating the different chakras in the body, right, and pulling up some of this lower chakra energy and sort of circulating it through your entire body. And it's pretty cool. Like I've felt some really wild like sensations while doing it, which I have never really experienced before from different yoga classes. So, and it's so cool that like we have YouTube now, right, to where you could just like access all of these really amazing teachers and fitness people right from the comfort of your own home. So it's a great thing to be able to utilize while you're in this quarantine time. And I'll show you a few of those breathing exercises that can be real simple to help during this time, where like if you're having an urge or something, you can use some breathing exercises to really just help you really quickly wherever you are. And it actually does help like move that energy so that it's not just stuck down in your like sexual organs, your root chakra and whatnot. So yeah, today, day one, the idea is just breathe, right? So yeah, for a lot of you guys, day one is going to be easy peasy. You're not going to have any urges or anything, especially if you don't actually have an addiction. This should be no problem, right? But if there is something going on where it's become like this compulsive habit, even going one day can be really difficult. So breathing exercises are a great way to just like really fight back against those urges whenever they arise in the moment. So I'm going to show you three different ones. The first one is called Breath of Fire, and this one is basically like taking one of those like air pumps, and it's like pumping the energy up your spine from your diaphragm. So what it does is you basically just breathe in through your nose and out through your nose in at a rapid rate, kind of like this. And while you're doing that, you're gonna put your focus, like raise your eye line while with your eyes closed towards your third eye, and you're basically just imagining pushing all that energy up from like your pelvic region, up the spine, up the spine, up the spine to your third eye. And it really does move that sexual energy up and just kind of like freeze it up, right? So if you're doing that for just 30 seconds to a minute, can really you can really feel a difference a lot of times, where like you feel like, oh, I just have to do it, and then all of a sudden after doing that for a minute you feel like you can just move on, right? Like the urge has passed. Another great one that I found from an online thread of tools and tricks was it's like an ancient Tibetan breathing exercise, which again is the purpose of this exercise was to free up and move like sexual energy, kind of like just cleanse it out a little bit. So it's a great thing again to use if you feel like you're getting a really strong urge. And what you do with this one is you exhale all the air out of your lungs and out, and like fully exhale. And while you're doing that, you actually bend over and put your hands on your knees. And then while you're bending over, hands on your knees, you sort of like suck in your abdomen, and then so all the air is out of your lungs. You're sucking in your abdomen, and then you come up and stand up and put your hands on your hips and push down. And while you're doing that, you hold your breath for as long as you can before inhaling. So it's like, breathe it all out, hands on your knees, suck in your abdomen as much as you can, all the air out of your lungs, come up, hold it, 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 and take a deep breath and relax. Again, it's a nice, just kind of like reset button for if you're feeling really like triggered. All right, so the third and final breath I'm giving you today is the energy circulation breath, where the first step of that one is to actually tighten and squeeze your pelvic floor muscles. And if you're like, how the hell do I do that? It's basically like, imagine the muscle that you use when you like cut yourself off in the middle of peeing, when you like stop your pee stream straight. It's like flexing that muscle, kind of like squeezing your butt almost. So you're going to tighten that, and while tightening that, start to inhale, take a nice, long, deep inhale, and imagine the energy coming up from the bottom of your spine to where you're flexing, slowly, 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 all the way up the spine to the top of your head. And once you've inhaled all the way to where you can't inhale anymore, just hold your breath and keep focusing on the top of your head right there. And then exhale, breathe it out. And you can continue to do this cycle where you just squeeze, inhale, inhale, bring it up to the top crown of your head, and then exhale, breathe it back down your chest, back down the front of your body. And that's another one to just really calm you, and also to continue to practice circulating that sexual energy throughout your body and up to some of your higher chakras, your third eye, your crown chakra. The idea behind all of these is that our sexual energy is the exact same thing as our creative energy. There's a couple authors and speakers who talk about these ideas in depth of like your sexual and creative energy, and really give in-depth explanations of some of these breathing exercises as well. The first guy is David Deida, D-E-I-D-A. He has tons of videos and talks on YouTube that you can find, and really great books for men in particular. And also Dr. Joe Dispenza gives a lot of really great explanations, in-depth explanations of practical meditative breathing exercises that you can utilize for stuff like this. And I'm going to provide a link below of the Kundalini yoga class that I did this morning, because it was just really great. I just felt like I want to continue doing it every day, because it was I chose it, I clicked on it because it was, as the title said, that it was yoga specifically for releasing negative patterns and habits. And I was like, well, that sounds appropriate for what we're trying. So I'll leave the link for that below. And I just really liked the sensations that it gave me, and how present and sort of like quieted my mind felt afterwards. So maybe it'll help some of you guys too. And with that, I think, good luck to everybody else on day one. I got to go visit my brother today, and I brought my mask and my gloves with me to make sure that we're staying healthy and not spreading this thing. But yeah, let's keep our minds healthy too. Like, our diet is not just the food that we eat; it's also the things we watch, the songs and talks we listen to, all of that. So let's really be aware. And we're taking this 21-day challenge to try to give our brain a cleanse, right? And even if you don't think you have a problem, it's good to cleanse every now and then, and just kind of like free up that mental space and see how you feel. So I hope you guys are doing great. If you are struggling already in day one, don't lose hope. This thing, a lot of time, I could tell you from being on the roller coaster for a couple years now, and just continually grinding at the recovery process. It's a very up and down process sometimes. Usually I really get hit by the strongest urges and sort of withdrawal type symptoms around like day 7 to 10 days. Usually feels the hardest for me. But it's very common, especially if it's developed into a very like everyday routine and habit, and sort of like a compulsive habit to already be feeling some of those effects day one. So just keep trying, guys, and comment below if you have any other really helpful tools and techniques for fighting those urges, or any other breathing techniques specifically as well. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon on day 2. Later, dudes.